All right, guys, I'm going to make a quick video about Holo as this is one of the most talked about, most requested ones after everything. And I was totally right about this one. It's like a consistent pattern that you see. And look at this beautiful thing here. It tried to go up here, and then trend channel is like a higher, you see how you have this big peak here? This is just a little small peak and it just comes tumbling down. But right here, when you get into this black space, this is no man's land. When you're above that EMA 20, it's very dangerous. That is just literally the cherry on top of the ice cream. And I can show you time and time and time again, when you're above that, you're going to fall. Right here, you fall. Right here, you get above it, cherry on top of the ice cream, anything above it, and then you come tumbling down. So how I play this thing is literally just the same how I play all my swings trading stocks. I always get in early. If I don't get in early, then I don't want to play it. Once it starts pumping, I get more nervous about it because a lot of these things are in a downtrend. If you just zoom out of the chart and if you see a slope like this, you can clearly see higher low or lower lows. As you can see, right here's a low, right here's a low, and you can see their lower lows. So it's definitely a downtrend. Yes, it has its little spikes, but you have to get out of them pretty fast, right? And then that's the same thing right in here. You have your spike here, then goes down and makes a newer low. Spike here, comes down. Does it make a newer low? We will see. And that's the thing that I've been just seeing all the time here. You got your low here, you got your low here, and then if you do the distance from here to here, you'd be looking kind of like somewhere, around in this area for another low. So what I like to see is one is what the conservative thing that we can always look for is our spikes that this thing gives, right? This has very nice spikes here, and you might be like, well, this is not worth it. Well, if you look at the moves this up does, that's 134% gain. You tell me that's not worth it. I mean, look at this move up here. And this is where my strategy really predicted it nicely. That is 170% move up from there. And why am I saying that well, you got to really look at what are the algorithms doing. That's the only thing we know that is ever consistent in the nature of any stock is the reversion to the mean. Yeah, if they dilute the stock, if they do stuff like that, it will take longer to revert to the mean. Remember, bad news and bad fundamentals will wreck the stock no matter what the chart says. So as you can see, but we never touch this lower green band here, and tons of stocks do it, and that's why if we don't touch it, then it's not an A-plus setup for me, and it's not something I really am wanting to take. I love to see a quick, swift move down, and then I trade the reversion to the mean. The reversion to the mean is going to be your EMA 5, 10, and 20. If you're more risky and you want to make a bigger move, well, your EMA 20 is going to give you more gains. But it doesn't have to hit the EMA 20 and then in a time frame you like. Anything that don't touch this EMA 20 on the daily candles in 2 months is long. But we do know anything that don't touch the EMA 5 in like a week's time frame is extremely long, and that's really what we get here all the time, right? When you see the EMA 5 taking a while, you get these nice little pumps, right back up to the EMA 5. Just this conservative move was a 21% move. And that's what's happening all the time. You go down, get a little pump to the EMA 5, go down, little pump to the EMA 5, go down. But the big moves are going to be your 10 and the 20. I love seeing the EMA 10 not getting hit in a while because that's going to give us a little more meat to the bone here. And you can see, I mean, look at this EMA 10 here, a 40% move up here. So as you can see, if you're above the EMA 20, if the candle closes above it, it's an uptrend. Now, if we don't get that, this is what worried me. We get this pattern here, and we just come plummeting down because what? If you look at the news, they are waiting for they approved of a reverse split. We knew this was going to happen. They were way under $1 for so long. My only thing that I would see is wait till the reverse split happens. If you're in it and you're just like, man, this sucks. I really thought this thing was going to pump like everyone else said on Twitter or all these social medias because everyone's saying we can get a pump like this. Yeah, I mean, but everyone. The problem is what I learned in the market when something happens like this and it happens a couple of times. Every retail trader's in on. They're like, oh crap, it did it like 3 other times. I don't want to miss out on this pump, so I'm going to buy everything, and it's going to happen because it does it. It did it in the past. The price, that's not how this works. And a lot of the times I see when more retail traders like a stock, the more it goes down, and it never actually happens, and it goes down and down and down. But I will say this. when this pump did do that, it did have this reverse split here. And if you waited till after the reverse split, then you had to move up. So look at that pattern here. I don't know why no one really looked into that and said, oh, maybe I just want to get in. I've always been saying you got to get into it after reverse split. We know this thing has been under $1 for so long. And then also you can see too, we got really close to this bottom band. And we haven't touched the EMA 20 in some time. So just seeing this kind of EMA 20 not getting touched, EMA away from the EMA 5, close to this, and then you wait a couple candles, always at least 2 to 3, and it was only a 1 for 10. That's where your biggest moves are going to happen. So I want to look at the reverse split. If you look at the news here and you see what's going on with stock Holo, the shares are falling Thursday after they approved a 1 for 20. 1 for 20 is not that bad of a reverse split compared to what a lot of things I see. So I want to see after a day or 2, 3 days, are we closer to this lower band? Good thing we haven't touched this EMA 20, so we have a little bit of time distance from that. And that's really going to be your big pump from Holo, in my opinion. A lot of people are saying, well, it's going to be pumping big. They've been saying that since $3, $5, $6. You know, I wouldn't rely on people. Look at the charts. Decide for yourself, is this a stock I want to get in? Have a clear stop loss. If you're just randomly throwing entries at this and have no idea why, then you need to have a system that actually works instead of just randomly snowballing things, right? Because you can clearly see right up in here, this is not a really good entry, I see. Because if you look, I even drew, like right in here is your clear trend channel, and Webull does this for you. You can see this is resistance, resistance. So anybody that bought here, and like I said, this was just cherry on top of the ice cream, you might be like, maybe I can squeeze another 10%. Well, you squeeze another 30% down, if anything. I would love to see, do we get close to here? And that's really this bottom trend channel. Even like something like this, you know, a little closer. I definitely want to see under this middle line here for the trend channel. I never want to be in the upper half of it, as that's pretty scary. Because you have to be like, well, do you have a backup plan? What if it goes under it? Well, you're down 20%, and that's just too much. All right, so guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this analysis. After the reverse split, I can really see this thing pumping big. 1 for 20 is not that bad. I'm going to look for an extremely low K value. I want to see under the EMA 5. Give it a couple of daily candles. I would give it 3 days away from the 3 days after the reverse split. Never buy it on the day of the reverse split. A day after, give it 2 to 3 days. And then accumulate properly. You can use my accumulation rules if you don't have any. And matter of fact, if you want to join the Discord, click the link down below in the YouTube comments below. We'll say join the premium Discord for my alerts and system. You can read how to subscribe if you have an Android. It's so easy. Just do it on your computer or use your phone's browser instead of the app. You can avoid scammers. As you know, there's always people are trying to take advantage of people, especially that are hurting for money. I will never DM you, message you, or trade your accounts. You can read the testimonies of how legit this service is, and everything is processed in Discord at an all-time low cost of literally only $12 for everything. If you hit the server shop, you'll see $12 for everything I learned, and that's over 6 years of literally try and error, you know, getting wrecked in the market and understanding what strategy works. I've traded all the strategies. If you guys are watching this video, obviously you like finding trend reversals, buying companies that are undervalued. Well, how do you get the most precise entry? Well, you do this strategy. So $12 a month, it gives you everything. The reason why you want this, because I love day trading the most. If you guys are like, man, I hate holding overnight. I don't like all those unknowns. Well, try the day trading service. You make 10 to 20% gains in minutes, and we're always usually getting trades. And there's people that literally went mad negative and then are making thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and it's just awesome to see that. This strategy definitely works. I'm telling you, the day trading will blow your mind. Give it a try. $12 a month, and you're going to have a lifetime of knowledge. So if you click that or just hit day trade alerts here, that'll access it to you. But all these channels will be unlocked when you have the highest tier. You'll have day trading education, swing trading education, community day trade, swing trade alerts, swing day trade alerts, like right in here I show you guys. And I'm here for you guys. Anything that you need, if you're just like, I just want to talk to someone, or I just need a little extra one-on-one time, no extra cost. If you're part of my service, you're willing to put the time in, and you want to really study and really learn something that actually works. I've compiled a bunch of strategies from a lot of people, And I spent a lot of time in trying to figure out, well, what is the one thing that will for sure happen, and that's reversion to the mean. Well, how do we get that reversion to mean, and where do we look for those oversold patterns instead of using the basic RSI and all that? This is the best way to do it. All right, guys, I'll give you all the settings here when you do join. This is my analysis on stock Holo. I'm going to wait till after the reverse split, see where it's going from there. Give it about 2 to 3 daily candles after the reverse split, and I can see it pumping from there. All right, guys, peace out. Happy trading. Hope to see you guys in the Discord, and let's make some money.